Welcome to Lou's CIS Demos. Today we're going to be talking about Nessus Vulnerability Scanner. So you can Google Nessus Home Scanner if you want to set this up. I have a previous video that you can watch on how to set that up. This video is focusing on, okay, now we got it installed. How do we kick off a scan? So the first step we want to do is, this is a default where I've created a couple scans, one earlier today because I forgot to turn the microphone on. So we're going to start with policy. So a scan basically has two components, a policy, a scan. So we're going to click on policy. So here's the one I made earlier. I'm just going to go through new policies real quick. Here's a bunch of templates that you can create policies with or use. So if you wanted to make one for malware scan, you can do that. You can do advanced where you can tailor it to be anything you want it to do, so you could make it be any of these particular scans. These are just very stripped down. They're only looking for a particular feature. So I'm just going to edit the one that I already set up. So here in your settings, you can give it the policy a name, a description. A good security person would put a description in there. So I'm just going to put test everything, and yes, I guess I can't spell either. Oh. Here we can assign it to different users, so we can make multiple user accounts, give people access to who can use this scan, use this policy or not. Discovery, this is our custom settings and how we're going to discover devices. Also a quick note down here, we do wake up on LAN. Other little side note, besides knowing the MAC address, you must configure the endpoint devices that you're going to scan to wake up on LAN. If you don't have that set up, it's not going to work. And then what it would do is it would send down the magic packet to wake all the devices up, and then it would wait 5 minutes and then kick off the scan. Here's ports. We're going to scan for what ports. We can scan UDP, TCP, SYNs. How we're going to discover devices. Are we going to just scan well-known ports? Are we going to scan all of it? Assessments. Here we can change the accuracy, so we want to be more accurate. If we are running a virus scan, see if it has a virus scan installed, we can see how many days upgrade to verify that the antivirus has the proper signatures. We can do some basic brute forcing. Web apps, so if you got a web server you're running, you can turn this on. I turned it on. By default it's turned off. Windows, you can do some enumeration, so you can enumerate user accounts. Here, if we want to do some scan for malware, if we have our own custom list of devices that we want to or pre-hash, we can populate that data in here. Here we can say, here's the Windows directories we want to scan. Any additional custom areas we want to scan, we can do that. We can create custom reports. Go into advanced scans. So what I want to do real quick is jump back to the scan real quick. Essentially from my scan, we can create a new scan. Because I want to do is run a scan and then finish up talking. So here you can see we can go with the templates. We use the predefined that I already selected. here we can create a scan or save the name, put the IP address, set the schedule. So if we had an email server, we can turn it on. Same thing with notifications, things like that, and then hit save. So I'm just going to kick off the previous scan. So I also want to show you something else. So we would just go down here and hit play. And then we'll wait a moment, and then we'll see that the scan kicks off. Now we can see the scan is running. Perfect. And we can go back to the policy, go back in here. Here we can configure user accounts. Here you can see I have a Linux machine and Windows accounts pre-set up in here. If we were running compliancy checks, we would upload the appropriate template or set the values for that. Here's where the kind of the magic sauce of the scanner works, is you get these different families. So like an example, you have one for backdoor. Here's all the different backdoors it's going to check for. It's going to check for 120 different known backdoors. You got Cisco databases, different flavors of Linux, different services like DNS. So there's 174 different DNS checks it'll do. Some firewalls, FTP. Try to get remote shell. So you can see, and you can customize this. You can turn these features on and off, and you can turn individual ones on. So like an example, you can make one, because underneath here we have service detections, device detection. So you could tailor this down, turn a lot of it off, and have it where it just looks for rogue access points. So like an example in PCI, you have to do a type of check for wireless. You could create a scan to do that. So that's what I want to show you. And then scrolling down, you can see you have your Windows. You can check for your bulletins, user accounts, and check for like 7-zip, Adobe programs, stuff like that, to see if they're up to date. I'm just going to cancel out of it so I don't have to worry about making any changes. So this is running a little slow because I only have one core running and I only have 1 gig of RAM. So we can go back in here to the scan, click, here's what it's found, 1 machine so far. Here's the nice part. Oh, this is the I guess I kicked off the wrong one. This is the one I wanted to run. Oh, I guess we run both at the same time. Doesn't matter. Just takes more time. Here, you can see our history. We have 2. So if we go back here, now you can see we have 3 servers or 3 devices. Here's a quick summary of them. Here you can see the different levels of vulnerabilities. We can look at all together. So here we can see I have 2 VMware vulnerabilities. So I've not finished patching my VMware box. So here it gives you the build, the fixed build, so where the next build I need to go to solve this problem. Gives you a score, gives you a link that you can go to and read about it. And then you can also go by host. So here I have some self-signed certificates, not a biggie. So, I'm aware of that because I am using self-signed certificates. And then you can scroll down, you can see all the different informational things that it's received. You can see like here it's running Webmin as a service. Here you can see he identified the Mac, what version of the OS this is running. Other little interesting areas under administrator, under my account, You have your different settings. So advanced, you can tweak how your interface is going to look, how scanning, logging, your performance. Here you would set up your global email account so your scans can send you a result. If you have certificate authority, you want to change this from a self sign to a sign. This health scans is kind of neat. It shows you how many scans are being run at the time, or how many hosts are being scanned at this point in time. Things that we failed to do. So you can see I don't meet the minimum requirements of the RAM or CPU. It still will run, just won't run as efficiently or fast. It'll be sluggish, but that's okay. Then it gives you disk space, some different charts, which is kind of nice to see. So that's just a kind of a quick overview on Nessus itself. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.